Okay, so we're gonna talk about this King Von and 21 Savage song that came out, but I think there's a few ways I have to premise this before we talk about it. So this song between King Von and 21 Savage is called "Don't Play," but I think this King Von verse is for another song or something that wasn't originally put to the song, and he died, and they're using verses that he a bunch of verses that he had saved, and they're putting them to songs, which I believe is happening in a song. Not entirely sure. But there is footage of King Von in the studio with Fabio, and I think there's footage with him in the studio with 21 Savage where they're working on a song. However, I'm not sure if this is the song they were working on or if this was a verse that he bought and 21 Savage put himself on it. I, I kind of want to explain that because it's a very short verse. It's a very short song, but overall these verses seem like they go together. But I don't know what caused the way these verses are together. Like he followed him, almost like, hey, um, I was working on the song. I think King Von would be perfect for this verse, and they gave him this. Not entirely sure, but we'll get into it really after we look at a word from our sponsor. But we'll get into that. Okay, so what I mean by 21 Savage and his King Von verse not really fitting is that the similarities that King Von starts this song off with sound identical to a verse we've seen or heard. He just goes. For example, King Von goes, I don't play. I don't want to waste time. I don't want to. I don't. I don't think we should waste time. And she fell in love with a shooter. And then 21 Savage goes on his next verse and says, she fell in love with a stepper and she's messing with my J's. And these are these back and forth gun references that I hate to put it in this light, and R.I.P. King Von, but I think looking at these, we end up in a situation where maybe we didn't need the gun references in the song. While they do mention other topics, the whole point is they're with this girl, slept with this girl, respectively. Not to be disrespectful or untasteful, but they mention about sleeping with girls and participating in this with another girl or another friend. And I think while that is exactly what hip hop is, it's it's a weird thing knowing that like less than a year has been since Von was shot, and I think so. This "Don't Play with Me" a little hits a little home to me because as I say, I think rappers getting in beats and dealing with other people is a terrible thing to do, but I also think this "Don't Play with Me" because we have a lot of guns, and there there's this example that uh women, no disrespect, but women or girls fall for bad boys, and I think that's true to an extent. But I don't think, and granted, this song is called "Don't Play," and I think overall this song's message is, hey, don't play, because if you're not a part of it, if you've never been through it, if you've never been a part of it, don't say you have, or don't try to sound like you have. Like there are a lot of people that fall in love with gangsters or rappers that put on put on an image for the fans or celebrities, and then when you meet them, they're not really like that, right? Like you'll see them with 24-hour security, but that's kind of what they need, 24-hour security. But they're not really about the lyrics that they oppose to or what they rap about in the songs. Um, while both of these artists are exactly what they state they are. Like King Von's record is King Von's record, and there are multiple things that have proven he was really about what he rapped about. 21 Savage, it's the same way. But I think "Don't Play" while the title of the song is "Don't Play" because you never know what you'll get yourself into. I think they're a little bit right, but I think we've gotten to this culture where everybody wants to flex or pretend and do what they want to do and act like, hey, this is how I'm living. And there are some people that take Instagram seriously, which everything you see isn't really true. And I think this song is short because it brings up a wider conversation that is longer than the song, right? Like, don't play something you're not. Be genuine to yourself all the time, which King Von was until he um passed away. So R.I.P. King Von, and 21 Savage is still alive. But I think this opens a question about rappers, right? So overall, this song is weird to me because it seems like this verse was already recorded or it was cut. King Von's verse was supposed to be the hook, and then he was supposed to come in with something, and then they never finished it. But I think it tends to happen a lot with people that die while they were making music. But for this song, these lyrics don't match because it seems like 21 Savage is trying to match King Von, and they go back and forth trying to rap on rhyme schemes and make them match, which I'm not against rappers collaborating on songs and them sounding similar, but I think the way this song is so short, I think maybe they could have went a different route. I like 21 Savage's music, but I think this could have been a different route that they could have explored. Because I know people buy verses from labels after artists die so they can pay whatever they owe the label, but I think King Von was independent, so I don't know how that situation is working. But I feel like the King Von verse and 21 Savage verse was, hey, I'm gonna play off of him since he's dead and I want to do a song with him. I'm gonna buy this verse and then add my own verse to it. I don't know, I could be wrong, but how did you feel about the King Von verse? Overall, this song is probably a 4.5 out of 10. I think just because it's short, but it opens up your mind to a lot of different thoughts that you could be having, but it doesn't necessarily have to be gun related or it doesn't have to be woman related or guy related. It's just it opens your mind up, but it's really a 4.5 out of 10 lyrically, but it does open your mind up to a lot more questions that I think we should be asking. So we'll see.